Okay, what I'm not going to do in this video is tell you to use a stronger password, set up a 2FA, use VPN, or any of those other basic crypto security tips. What I want to share with you are 7 important security tips that I think you're probably not doing because you just don't know to even do them. One of the first things you can do to instantly enhance your crypto security is set up a separate email address for any crypto related accounts. So this could be things like crypto exchanges, bank accounts, or any other sensitive accounts that you have. By separating your personal email, the one that you use to sign up for all the giveaways and free Netflix trials, from your secret email, you make things like phishing scams and data breaches way less effective. For example, I get a ton of phishing emails in my personal inbox every day because I use that email for pretty much everything. But since my personal email isn't connected to any of my crypto accounts, I can immediately tell these phishing emails are scams. And because I only use my secret email for important accounts, I'm way less likely to get these phishing emails in the first place. And now if I do, I can instantly tell that it's a scam. And when I say secret email, I just mean create a new Gmail account and then use that for any of your crypto related accounts. There's no need to overcomplicate this process. Just set up a completely new email with whatever email provider you already use, and then apply that to your current crypto accounts. And once you have this new email, you don't have to create an entirely new account, whether it's with your crypto exchange or your bank account. You can just go into the settings and update your email address there. So for example, if you have a crypto exchange account that you want to change the email to, just sign into your account, go to settings, tap account, and then enter your new email address before hitting save, and then you're good to go. This next tip is something a lot of people don't even think to do, but it can save you from a lot of worst case scenarios that you should avoid at all costs, and that is to set up accounts on multiple crypto exchanges. During a bull run, when crypto exchanges are slammed with users, oftentimes they'll experience downtime. This means you might not be able to access your account to buy, sell, or transfer crypto. However, it's rarely every exchange that goes down. Usually it's just certain ones at certain times. So it's a good idea to have at least 2 different exchanges you use to buy and sell crypto. That way, if one is experiencing downtime, hopefully you can use the other one. And this is more of a preventative measure, but it can definitely save you if you're in a pinch. But there's another reason to have multiple accounts on different crypto exchanges. Sometimes crypto exchanges will actually lock your account, which prevents you from buying, selling, or even transferring your crypto. And believe it or not, exchanges can lock your account for a number of reasons. Usually they'll tell you it has something to do with security, but regardless, it's not a fun situation to be in, especially if you're trying to sell or swap crypto when everything is going up. So by having a backup account on another crypto exchange, you're reducing the risk that you won't be able to buy or sell crypto in any of these worst case scenarios. Now, speaking of crypto exchanges, the third thing you need to do is get all your crypto off of crypto exchanges. These are not a place to keep your crypto. There are really only 3 things that you should be using a crypto exchange for. Number 1, on-ramping, which is buying crypto with fiat. Off-ramping, which is selling your crypto for fiat and then transferring to your bank account. And number 3, swapping one crypto for another. The reason I don't keep crypto on exchanges anymore is because exchanges like Coinbase, Binance, Gemini, and even Uphold are what's known as custodial wallets. This means the exchange actually owns the keys that are used to manage and control your crypto. So therefore, you don't actually control your crypto, the exchange does. And this is exactly why crypto exchanges can do things like freeze your funds or completely lock you out of your account for basically any reason and for any amount of time. And this actually happened to me. I bought a few $1,000s worth of cryptocurrency on Coinbase, which I had already been a user of for multiple years, and they froze my funds for almost 2 months. During that time, I couldn't transfer my crypto, I couldn't sell it, I literally couldn't do anything with it. And to not be able to manage your crypto for that long, and in many cases it's much longer, it's extremely dangerous because then you could potentially miss out on the opportunity to do things like take profit or swap into another cryptocurrency that has more potential, or worst case scenario, your crypto could be stuck on an exchange that could potentially shut down. So the bottom line is, the less time your crypto spends on any crypto exchange, not just the ones that I mentioned, the safer it's going to be. And let me make myself very clear. Crypto exchanges still have their place in crypto. We use exchanges to buy, sell, and swap crypto. I'm just saying, don't store your crypto there. Next, and arguably most crucial security upgrade is using a dedicated cold storage wallet for your crypto. Unlike a crypto exchange, cold wallets are self-custodial, which means you have full control and access to the keys that you use to manage your crypto on the blockchain. With a cold wallet, no one can freeze your funds or lock your account. You remain in full control of your crypto, but the real security advantage of cold wallets comes from their offline design. Cold wallets are physical devices that store your keys in a secure offline environment, protecting them from from things like malware, phishing scams, and even physical brute force attacks. They also allow you to manage your keys and sign crypto transactions without exposing your keys to the internet. Plus, any reputable cold wallet comes with advanced security features to protect the keys to your wallet. One security feature is a secure element chip, and this is the same thing that's used in electronic passports and bank cards to protect sensitive information. And in cold wallets, this chip is used to protect your private keys and makes your wallet immune to both digital and physical attacks, and this is why cold wallets are regarded as the most secure way to store your crypto. But what if you've already moved your crypto off an exchange and into a popular software wallet like MetaMask or Trust Wallet? Are these wallets also secure? Well, the short answer is not really, but the longer answer is software wallets are still more secure than crypto exchanges because they are still self-custodial wallets, so you still have full control over the keys to your wallet. However, since these keys are stored in the software on your internet-connected device like your phone or computer, they are prone to different things like hacks and certain kinds of malware that could extract these keys and lead to your wallet being drained. And if you think you're too smart to get hacked, think again. Most people who lose their crypto either have their crypto stored in a hot wallet or a crypto exchange, and then they either download some malware or somehow expose their seed phrase, and they wake up to their wallet completely drained. This actually happened to one of our subscribers here on the channel. He was using a reputable software wallet to store about $3,500 worth of Bitcoin. Everything was good, but at some point he unknowingly downloaded malware onto his computer, and then that malware was used to access his seed phrase, and then he woke up one day and all of his crypto was gone. But with a cold wallet, you don't have to worry about this. Because your keys are stored offline in a secure environment, it's virtually impossible for hackers to steal your crypto. Unfortunately, less than 10% of people who are in crypto know to use a cold wallet, so take this as your sign to get a cold wallet as soon as you can, and I'll leave a link to my favorite cold wallet along with my full hands-on review and a tutorial on how to use it down in the description if you want to check it out. Okay, so this next tip is probably one that you've never heard before, but it can save your wallet from being drained, and that is to revoke contract approval. But what is a contract approval and why should you revoke it? Whenever you sign a transaction on the blockchain, like when you swap one crypto for another, you're granting permission to a digital contract. This contract gets access to a certain amount of crypto in your wallet, essentially giving it the authority to manage those funds. This is totally normal and just a part of how crypto works, but the problem is a lot of these contract approvals have unlimited access to your wallet, pretty much indefinitely. So if one of the websites that you ever connected your wallet to were to get compromised and then a hacker accesses it, they could potentially access your wallet and steal all of your funds because they already have that contract approval. This is actually how a lot of phishing scams in crypto work. Scammers will get you to go to one of their malicious websites to do things like mine crypto, claim a free crypto airdrop, or maybe swap one crypto for another. And then when you connect your wallet and sign that transaction approval, you're unknowingly signing a malicious transaction approval and giving the hacker access to your funds, and then they drain your wallet. The worst thing about malicious contract approvals is that no wallet is immune to them, even cold wallets, because signing contract approvals are just, again, a normal part of crypto. So if you're not careful, it can be extremely dangerous. So there are a couple of things we can do to ensure that we're not affected by these malicious contract approvals. First, we can actually revoke these contract approvals using a platform like Revoke.cash. So this platform is completely free to use, and I'm not sponsored by them or anything. The only fees that you have to pay are the blockchain transaction fees, which is just the fee you have to pay anytime you transact on the blockchain. But the way this website works is that it lets you cancel any contract approvals you've made on various blockchain networks, so those contracts no longer have access to your wallet. It also lets you see all active approvals, the amount approved, and the total value at risk. So if your wallet has a bunch of approvals, it's definitely worth checking what these approvals have access to and consider revoking any ones that have access to a considerable amount of your crypto. Or option number two, you can completely avoid this entire scenario by using a dedicated cold wallet like I previously mentioned, but you have to ensure that you keep your cold wallet cold by not connecting it to any websites. By doing this, you eliminate the risk of signing a malicious contract approval. That said, if you have any wallets that you're actively using, it's a good idea to check and revoke any contract approvals to keep your wallet secure. Tip number 6 is one of the most common topics I've seen talked about in the comments on this channel, and that is to diversify your crypto. but how many wallets do you actually need and how much crypto should you secure using each wallet? The main reason to diversify where you keep your crypto is to limit the impact in case something does happen in one of your wallets, such as you sign a malicious contract approval and your wallet is drained. It's the classic advice, don't keep all your eggs in one basket, and it's especially true when it comes to crypto security. As for how much crypto you keep in each wallet, that really depends on what feels safe for you, but keep in mind, the more wallets you have, the more responsibility it is to keep track of each seed phrase for your wallet. So it's really important to find that right balance between security and convenience. I will say this, if you apply all the security tips that we've covered in this video so far, you should feel pretty confident keeping a large amount of crypto on one dedicated cold storage wallet and not have to worry about losing any of it. Personally, I would use at least 2 wallets to diversify my crypto. But here's the thing, you don't need to go out and buy 2 cold wallet devices to get this done. You can generate as many seed phrases as you want using one cold wallet device. Just make sure to secure your seed phrase, which is the master key to your wallet. That way you will always be able to access your crypto. Now there is one downside to using one cold wallet to manage multiple seed phrases, and that is it's just not convenient because you can only manage one seed phrase at a time per one cold wallet. So it's more of a tedious thing. So if convenience is a priority of yours, you should consider just getting a couple different cold wallets. That way you can manage each seed phrase individually on its own device. This next tip is something that I can't recommend enough, and that is to store your seed phrase in a metal seed phrase plate like this one. You probably have your seed phrase written down on a piece of paper, maybe tucked away in a secure location like an at-home safe, which is a great start. But even in the safe, that piece of paper is still prone to natural disasters like a flood or, God forbid, a fire. And if you lose your seed phrase, you would lose access to all of your crypto. So your next line of defense should be to turn your seed phrase plate into metal. Most seed phrase plates are waterproof, fireproof, and corrosion resistant. And considering your entire crypto portfolio relies on you keeping your seed phrase secure, I think this is pretty important. Also, something that I've noticed is I'm a lot less likely to lose a large chunk of metal over a small piece of paper that I could misplace or maybe toss in the trash. I would like to think that I wouldn't do that, but it could happen. And you can really pick up these metal seed phrase plates anywhere, like on Amazon. My favorite one is this one from the wallet manufacturer Keystone. The main reason I like this plate the most is because it's just the easiest one to use. It comes with these pre-cut metal letters that you just place inside, and then you just screw them down. It comes with everything you need, all the screws and a screwdriver, and then you're all set. Plus it's made out of 304 stainless steel, so it really is designed to last a lifetime, and the letters are large and easy to read, so really it's just a usability thing. It also comes with this hole in the bottom that you can put a padlock through, that way just a random person can't access it. And they have 2 options. They have the tablet for 12-word seed phrases and the tablet plus that will store up to 24 words. So whether you have 2 12-word seed phrases or just one 24-word seed phrase. And I'll leave a link to this exact one in the description along with the discount code if you want to check it out. But to truly make the most of all of these crypto tips, it's important to understand how crypto really works and how to use crypto wallets to manage your crypto, which I cover step by step in this masterclass, which you can watch next. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you over there. God bless. Peace out.